With the name of Allah Almighty. Dear student, friend, follower, in today's session, we'll discuss about Neurolinguistic Programming, NLP. NLP stands for Neurolinguistic Programming. Neurolinguistic Programming, it was started by teacher and students Richard Bandler and John Grinder. Richard Bandler was students and John Grinder, he was a professor in California University. So they both came up with the idea, why don't we work on the neurolinguistic programming? We study how person program his mind, and after programming he gets success in life. So they studied people, they get success with certain programming. They were having belief that whoever gets success, he is with certain programming, certain neurolinguistic programming. Either you know or not, you are working with certain neurolinguistic programming. So they study certain therapist, family therapist, and they study like Milton Erickson's, and they even study like Virginia, one of the female therapists, family therapist. She was the family therapist. So they studied all these prominent therapists, and even they have taken certain concept from Noam Chomsky, linguistic concept of linguistic. So after taking all these concepts, they applied on neurolinguistic. They define what is neurolinguistic. Neuro mean neurology, mind, and then linguistic mean language. So when we define language is not mere whatever you write and whatever you speak. It is your verbal language as well as non-verbal language, how we perceive language. So in the form of written, in the form of oral or verbal, non-verbal, so whatever comes, it will be studied in neurolinguistic. Then what is programming? Programming is a set of instruction model through which you can change your life. You can remodel yourself. You can redirect yourself. So it is not mere copying whatever is happening. In neurolinguistic, it suggests how we can channelize ourselves. How can we channelize and align ourselves towards success? So neurolinguistic give us patterns. With this pattern, with technique and strategy, we can rechange ourselves. We can change ourselves. We can redirect ourselves. We can redirect and we can change our pattern of thinking. So, for example, you see there is a reality in the world, and there is a reality in your mind. Your reality versus external reality. We can say external reality versus internal reality. So talk about internal reality, how internal reality is formed. It is formed through sound, smell, taste, touch, sensations, hearing, like these all added up, they form reality. But our mind, since it's recording all the time, our subconscious is recording all the time, so what does it do? It can't takes all data. It can't take all data. What does it do? It channelize, it deletes, it distort, it's skewed, and it generalize reality. Reality is in the world, and whatever relates with us, we take it. So our conscious only gives to subconscious whatever logical to it, whatever satisfies it, whatever comes up with its requirement. So once we gives logical data to our mind, it will receive, it will be very easy to enter in subconscious. So our conscious, it further gives idea to our subconscious, it need to fulfill its requirement. It is just like a guard on gate. So whatever will be logical to it, it will be recording, it will be giving, transferring further. So if you want to forget somebody, you are thinking again and again, you are thinking again and again, it will be very difficult to forget this person or thing or whatever. So for that you have to channelize, you have to do some productive things, you have to just shift. An NLP program gives us a method, swish method. So through swish method, whatever swish in your mind, you have to shift. Whatever compel you to do something, you have to switch your mind to another direction. So this way, neuro programming help you to switch your mind whatever compels you to do. For example, you are in the bazaar, you don't want to eat spicy food like burger or like that is harmful for your health, fast food like that you do not want to eat, but your mind compels you, you instantly you understand and you shift your mind to another directions, maybe some healthy activity, some exercise, from you shift your mind from one to another. This way switch method help you to understand where your mind is playing game with you. So this way you can switch your mind from one direction to another direction, you just change your mind. And then through linguistic, so it's also linguistic is also plays major role. So whatever comes to your mind, it needs in the form of picture, in the form of sound, in the form of taste, in the form of sensation, in the form of language. So they all added up also gives data to your mind. So how you can linguistically reprogram your mind? You don't want to do certain thing, you just shift through language, whatever you're speaking again and again, that also enters in your subconscious. Through linguistically you can reprogram your mind as well. Then there is also value elicitations. For example, I want to be a very successful person, and what I have thought, I will be having good house, I will be having good buildings, good car, and billion rupees. So talk about a beggar, talk about the person who's a billionaire, talk about the beggar. If you give 100 to this beggar, he'll be very happy with 100, and you give the same 100 to billionaire, he will not happy because $100 is nothing. But talk about the beggar, it is something. So this way, it means money is not everything. I want to be billionaire, I want to have a good car, I want to have a good house, everything, it's my desire. It mean if I give value elicitations, I will learn through neurolinguistic model. I will learn that it is not a building, it's not a car, it is not money that is ultimately giving peace. I will through value elicitation, I will know if I'm having car, if I'm having good wife, if I'm having good garden, if I'm having a lot of money, if I'm having billion dollars, what will I do with $1 billion? Peace, happiness, satisfaction, contentment, and that's what I want through all these things. So then I will shift my mind through value elicitation. I can even get peace, contentment, and happiness within myself by aligning myself towards spirituality, to just sit to meditations and contemplations and with deep thoughts through inner, by satisfying my inner self, I can even get satisfaction by getting $1 billion and getting cars and buildings and all that. That will take so much time. So I can satisfy myself that ultimately the end of all these things, not car, I'm not interested in car, I'm not interested in buildings and all that. I can even find satisfaction within myself. So this way value illustrations also help us to know ourselves. And one more helping technique that that is given by neurolinguistic NLP. This is anchoring technique. Even Tony Robbins and like this great trainer, he also used this technique. And how does he use? He use even just beating his breast whenever he is want to anchoring himself. So through anchoring technique, you can also just shift yourself. You even through dream-like situations, remembering certain thing, redirecting your mind, even not beating your breast like that. Even Tony Robbins use anchoring techniques. So this is also given by neurolinguistic program. So some people, they even talks against neurolinguistic. They say that it is a pseudoscience. People have created themselves. There is no authentic and solid attested research behind it. People say that it is not backed by research, it's not backed by scientific research, it is a totally subjective technique. But the followers and the neurolinguists, they are working on it. They give they give rebuttal uh, against these people. They says that it is, since it's related to mind and it's related to subjective way of thinking, so we apply subjective method in a way to prove this. So neurolinguistic techniques and method models, these are really helpful. They are it's a modern models. People are using neurolinguistic model in a way to help themselves. It provides you anchoring techniques, it provides you value illustrations, it also provide you tell you about the reality, what is your reality, what is other reality. Even it tells external reality, internal and external reality, how it is a form through picture, through sound, through taste, through smell, and through sensations, through hearings. So all these things, forms are realities. So how it helps us how to be a efficient persons, how to redirect, how to channelize, how to realign ourselves, since we are perceiving all these things from surroundings, and they are sometimes very traumatic things for us. So neurolinguistic is a modern technique, modern method. With this new and modern methods, it helps you to regeneralize, to realign, to redirect, to guide your mind. So it can remove our phobias, our problem, fear, troubles, anxiety, and whatever traumatic situation we have, and whatever happened us, we are knowing or unknowingly, we are using neurolinguistic. And person, they are successful enough and they are making progress, there is a neurolinguistic technique, whether they know or not. Hope you have learned a lot from these lectures. You learn about neurolinguistic, you know how neurolinguistic programming work. Neuro mean neurology, linguistic mean language, verbal or non-verbals, and then we discussed about the programming set of code instruction through which you reprogram your mind. Stay blessed and have a nice time. Don't forget to subscribe and like our channel, the ESL Academy, because I'll be discussing more about neurolinguistic, and I'll be sharing a video related to neurolinguistic NLP. Stay blessed.